PKT Logistic Group's Sindiran Berhad or PKT is recognized by customers for the company's superior supply chain management processes that makes their business excel. With a strong commitment to the success of the customers, PKT focuses on a diverse range of market sectors including automotive, fast-moving consumer goods, food and beverage, and renewable energy. As a leading logistics company, PKT Logistic provides end-to-end design, implementation, and operation of logistics solutions in freight forwarding, customs brokering, contract logistics, haulage, and distribution management for large and medium-sized national and multinational companies.
PKT is born in 1974. Today we are a total logistics company. Total logistics in a sense that we have our custom brokerage, our haulage, our warehousings, our freight forwarding. Freight forwarding means shipping in and out by sea freight, by air freight. And also we are doing other things like 4PL, 5PL and 6PL. That is high value business. Our primary focus for PKT is automotive logistics, and now we are moving from auto. Since last 5 years, we are moving towards the direction of FMCG also. FMCG means fast-moving consumer goods. That is our primary business at the moment.
Being the second generation, Dato Michael Teo naturally has to take on the family business to the next level.
The business started by my father. He's the founder of the company in 1974. But then again, my father also ventured into other businesses during that time. In 1996, January, just before 96, after my wedding, they sort of like family have a meeting, gathering, and they asked, it's time for you to come back and work for the company lah. So I look into the future of logistics in Southeast Asia and this region, and I find that it's very interesting. I think there is a big potential for logistics industry in Malaysia. So what I did is I gave up almost everything I did in UK in 95 December, and I came back to Malaysia, officially start working in PKT from 1st of January 1996. When I came back from UK, the company was based in Portland, a shop lots office on the ground floor. We rented from another party. At that time, I still can remember, it's only about 2 million a year. Over the years, we have changed, we moved, we transformed the company, and we have grown the company. And today we have reached a turnover of $500 million last year, moving forward towards the direction of a billion ringgit company by 2015. We changed the landscape of logistics industry also. When we ventured into fast-moving consumer goods, that is where we need a lot of warehouse space. So we came up with a concept warehouse, that what we did now, which is like in the shape of a ship, the wave warehouse, which is in the shape of a wave. And now we are constructing the lighthouse, which is a lighthouse tall warehouse. It will be the tallest warehouse in Malaysia, 6-story warehouse with a 12-story office attached to it.
As usual, the business journey is not as smooth as planned. PKT Logistic faced several challenges as they moved into a bigger playing field.
Of course, challenges is manpower, the people behind it. Because we are competing with the industry where they are full of foreigners, multinational logistics company. A multinational logistics company, they have technical know-how, the expertise, the software to do the business. Whereas domestic company like us, we don't have that kind of technical expertise from local, and also the IT to it, and also the equipment to do the business. So what we did is we did a big transformation in 2008 where we want to move towards the direction of MNC's MNC status. So within that period of time, we come up with what is the things that is lacking in the industry. Then we found out that Malaysian companies are not investing in ICT. We don't have the technical know-how, that means the expertise from overseas. We don't have the infrastructure for the multinational manufacturer to choose us as a logistics provider. So that was our weakness, So what we did is we looked around and say, okay, what do we have to do? So we invest into ICT. So if you do not invest in the ICT worth over billions, the multinational will not use you. Because a lot of Chinaman company, we look at the software. Then there are this software provider, say Ahwat and Akao software. 2 person gathered together can create a WMS, and they sell only 20,000 ringgit. So then they hear another software brand from multinational, international, from USA. It will cost us 1.5 million. So you are the logistics owner. Which one will you choose? So typically typically a Chinaman will choose those Ahwat and Akao software because they will not choose the 1.5 million one. But it's a chicken and egg. If you get this software, multinational will not recognize it as the software that can interact with their management system. So we decided to invest in this international standard software lah. So that was the challenge during that time lah, to make decision, long-term decision, not short-term, because most of the Chinaman company, they make decision based on short terms. They want the gain immediately, but then impossible if you want to do an MNC business. So MNC business, a lot of investment, but the return will come much later lah.
As time evolved, so does PKT Logistic Marketing. In order to play a bigger game, the marketing strategy needs to evolve as well to create a phenomena of giant turnover.
Current challenges is more of like we have been growing so fast, so a lot of companies are surprised by the growth percentage of PKT. We double our turnover, triple next year, then turnover increase. We build this warehouse, we build another warehouse. It's the borrowings, the financing part of our business. And a lot of bankers do not understand in terms of logistics needs. Talk about services, they only want to relate borrowings to assets. They never want to give borrowings based on services that we provide to our clients. So the challenge is to make the bank understand logistics services can move up the value chain. So we explain to them what is 4PL, what is 5PL, what is 6PL. Typically in Malaysia, we only do under 3PL. So 4PL is not known in the market. So the bankers also do not know how to give you financing for 4PL, which is procurement services. So that is my challenges. So, and then we have to actually persuade them a lot. Even government side, government agencies, they also are not aware about this kind of high value services for the logistics. So I give them a scenario, given the fact that Malaysian, our domestic land price is cheap compared to Singapore, 10 times more expensive. But why the multinationals still choose Singapore as a regional hub and they can survive? Now because Singaporeans are no longer doing the 3PL business, which is low value. They already move up the value chain towards 6 or 7PL. So in that case, one container, we charge our customer 2,000 ringgit. But in Singapore, they charge them 30,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 ringgit in terms of value-added services they provide for them. So that is the difference now. So our government and our bankers also must support us in terms of move up the value chain.
Being part of the economy movers, government policy can play a part in developing the logistic business to the next level, the critical mass. Apart from that, Dato Michael settles for nothing less than big. Entering to a new era, Dato Michael talks about his visions and how his people move along with him.
I follow according to time, I must say. When I started in 1996, of course, social media is not a part of way of doing business like what is happening today already. At that time, we used word of mouth, we used reputation, introduction from customers to go in to do the business. Say, for example, my automotive business. We grow our automotive in a way that we give a very good service to our major client. Then they sort of like introduce another friend, and then the other brand will come in. Then another brand heard that, oh, PKT have a very good service in this area, they also come in. But today, when we grow our business to another level where we target 1 billion turnover, so billion ringgit turnover do not come just by merely sending salespeople out there to get the sales coming in, no more already. It must be some sort of phenomena that is happening, the way we do it, the thing differently. So what we did is we moved into social media marketing. So social media marketing by way of branding ourselves in the Facebook. We also have Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. We are mainly in these three areas. How we do it is we actually have a lot of visits from outside, from the students. So every single logistics colleges and also university, they will make an industrial visit to PKT. So then when the student came in here, then we show them a lot of things about PKT, the way we do our logistics. They will be inspired by us. Then when they go back, they follow us on the Facebook. So we call it, we are creating the Milo Wen phenomena. Milo Wen means when the Milo Wen come to your school, you drink your Milo. When you become an adult, you go to Mama store, you only ask for Milo ice kan. So you won't ask for Ovaltine ice or other brand. So same goes to the student now. When they are studying logistics, they always come to PKT to gather information about logistics services. But here when they arrive here, just like maybe other visitors same, the environment is totally different. It's like a multinational. So they are inspired by this kind of working environment. So when they go back, they graduate as a logistics student, they start working in a factory or for manufacturer. So when the manufacturer need a logistic company, who do they call? Only one brand at the moment, PKT Logistics. So in 2015, because now I have 18,000 fans, we believe all of them will graduate and they will go into the working world. 2015, we will have a phenomenon happening to us, that we will have a lot of salesmen outside there, 18,000 salesmen for us. Yeah, so that is the way I plan the growth of the company, by using this method. And also the way we work here, my Japanese friend will ask me, Michael-san, I'm very surprised, PKT growth is this way, okay, very fast. How your people can follow you? I reply them, I explain to them. Frankly speaking, because the way we work, we change the culture of working here. So it become a fun culture, because Gen Y employees cannot accept the working culture of Gen X, which is everything cannot. You sit there, you finish your work, only work. But Gen Y employees now, they are looking of fun working culture and also speed of information. So a lot of company actually block Facebook at workplace. Here I turn it around. We are one of the few I think, if not in Malaysia or also outside there in the world, that actually work via Facebook. Because of that, I'm able to communicate with all my staff with only 30 seconds. So today, if I want to say something to my staff, I just post it into our intranet, we call it the Kick-Ass group, that within 30 seconds, all my staff will know what I want to say to them. So our organization chart, instead of typical A-shape, now is totally flat between me and my staff, all within 30 seconds. So that is the method of growth.
Once we come back, Dato Michael Teo will explain about the potential and the growth of PKT Logistic. Stay tuned, Enterprise will be right back. Welcome back to Enterprise. Being part of the bigger gamer, PKT Logistic needs lots of support to continuously grow. This could come from the break financing, government, and the company policy.
Be so aggressive into this warehousing business, also due to the fact that we have support from Malaysian government agencies. With the MIDA help giving us the investment tax allowance, we are able to spend money on concept warehouse. I don't want to say that the construction price that we spend on this concept warehouse is higher than other typical A-shaped warehouse. You know when you see a warehouse in Malaysia, what do you think? What is a warehouse? Normally everybody will look at warehouse is an A-shape and dirty inside, not changgeh, a lot of water drip here and drip there. But here we changed the mindset. We built warehouse with concept. We call it the shape or the wave. It's all concept. So, and also we add a lot of green element into the warehousing side. This is not possible, the help from the government side. So we have approached MIDA and explained to them that we want to create a critical mass for change in Malaysian warehousing industry, because we don't want Malaysia to have the landscape of warehouse typical A-shape. How are we going to compete with our neighboring country if we are the same with them, but they are more efficient than us? They are moving up the value chain, we are not moving up the value chain. So all these challenges, we put it to them and they came back and said, okay Michael, if you're going to do that, we're going to help you. So they came up with ITA to us. It will be just a help for us in terms of the cash flow side of it. And then we are able to build concept warehouse that attract a lot of multinational. So now, because we are different from the industry, the whole industry are all looking at us. Wow, this one. So now what we say is we are providing critical mass for change, means company like another public listed logistics company, they want to build another big warehouse. Who do they benchmark with? PKT. So we are providing the critical mass for change in the whole industry.
Dato Michael proudly explains his business concepts and how things work around him until today.
We've gone through a transformation program. We were expired by the government. Dato Sri Najib took over as a Prime Minister, and then they came up with this transformation program for the country. So I read through all the transformation program, what is it about, the intention and how they did it. So I was thinking, since PKT was born in Port Klang and the mindset of my people are all still in the rural area type of thinking, So I need to transform my people to think like a multinational, because I'm moving towards that direction as a multinational company. So we went through a transformation program. So in the transformation program, we came up with 3 wawasan for the company-wise. So one is the wawasan is 60-40, wawasan ASEAN 30, and wawasan 1B by 2015. So these are the basis of my growth for the company. So then when we come up with these 3 grand vision, then the company already have a direction. But then the problem is my people. My people do not have the direction of how to become a billion ringgit company, how to diversify so drastically from automotive into FMCG. So we have an employee transformation program. We transform our employee. So as a result of this transformation program, we come up with a few way of working. One of them is change the way of working into fun culture. We also emphasize a lot on the health of the employees. If you look into key result area for us, number 5, if you work for PKT, your health will improve. So what I want to do is, before I push my employees to work hard for me and become very productive, I make sure I give them the best first. So how do I give them the best is I want to take care of them. So how do I take care of them? I come up with this key result area that I want to achieve for the company beside Wawasan 60/40, ASEAN 30 and 1 B ringgit. That is for the company. But what is the employee going to get? So we came up with a concept that, or a policy that we should have a KRA number 5, key result area number 5. If you work for us, your health will improve. So now the question here is, how do you achieve that? So same goes to government key result areas. So they all measure by data. So we also boil down to data and say, okay, now how do we measure KRA number 5 data? So what we do is we have blood tests. National Kidney Foundation will come to our office. We will set up all the equipment here. 3 major tests: sugar level, glucose level, cholesterol, and also blood pressure. So to make sure that everybody is healthy. So in between, after that, what we do is we come up with programs for them to be healthy. For example, when I built my gym, when I completed the gym, 6 months nobody come to the gym. I say that, yeah, that's the problem. So how do you make sure that people will go to the gym? So we came up with a competition. We call it GMAX Idol. GMAX Idol is sort of like a crossbreed between American Idol and Biggest Loser. So every month we will nominate one idol. So at the end of the 6 months, they will go through a draw, and one winner will go to have a holiday somewhere very nice. I think season 1 we went to Melbourne, season 2 London Olympics, season 3 Hokkaido skiing, season 4 they just came back from Alaska. So we make the competition very tough competition. So what we do is we have a lot of cases of staff reducing weights, like 8 kg, 10 kg, 20 kg, 35 kg also we have. We do not operate slimming center. We operate a logistics center. I do not prescribe medication. I prescribe motivation. So I motivate my staff to be healthy. So by being healthy staff, it becomes happy staff. A happy staff is a productive staff. So a productive staff, the company will also become advanced. So that is the culture that I put into that. So on top of that, we also have a lot of fun culture within the office. So you will know that PKT is a Facebook compulsory company where everybody, everywhere in the office is Wi-Fi free. You know, it's just like you are even in the toilet, we make sure we have Wi-Fi free in the toilet. Why? Because before this, when the company banned people from using Facebook, what the new Gen Y employee will do, they will come to the office, they will see the boss not around, they will do Facebook on using their smartphone. Otherwise, they spend half an hour in the toilet when the boss is around. PKT turned it around. We make Facebook compulsory and we are working via Facebook. So that is a fun working culture that we put into it, and everybody just suddenly think, hey, we are so different from the market, you know. I know your other friend now working in another company, they are not allowed to use Facebook. Come on man, my office, we are all free to use Facebook. Not only that, my boss give us the best broadband, fastest broadband to use the Facebook. And then we have Wi-Fi free everywhere in the office, including toilet. So now, instead of we are having problems to look for staff, I tell them, okay, you can go to the toilet. Once you are on FB, I can communicate with you.
Once we come back, Dato Michael will explain about PKT Logistic unique concept in handling the work environment culture. Stay tuned. Enterprise will be right back.
Hi, welcome to the Enterprise, and this time we are with Dato Michael Teo of PKT Logistics, which is actually one of the biggest logistic hub in this country. So, Dato, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm feeling very cozy over here. Can you tell me what is this place?
Actually, this is a boardroom. I think most of the visits, when we have a tour, we will feature this area as well. But mainly this one is for board meeting or very serious business meeting with our client. Then what we do a lot of presentations. Once the presentation finish, then we will tell them look at the back, because normally we will put the blind down.
Close it.
We close it.
Okay.
Then we will open it and then we feature voila, you know, that kind of. The feeling will be like voila, you know. Then you will see, wow, very nice, very clear, nice warehouse. So one of the main feature here, we always tell people, is natural lighting we have. So we use a lot of natural lighting in this warehouse. So that's why during the daytime inside the warehouse, we don't switch on light at all. And also natural ventilation. And we do a bit of selling point here itself.
It's a green concept. Yeah,
green concept, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I think it's quite different from other logistics that I could have visited. This is one of the kind, I suppose, not just in this region, but I think can be a benchmark for other.
Yeah, we already providing a lot of benchmarking, and then a lot of warehouses following us. That's why we named this as first generation warehouse.
Okay.
The Wave is our second generation warehouse.
Okay.
The Lighthouse is our third generation warehouse.
Okay. Now back to some business question. How would you rather differentiate yourself from the rest, or how different are you from the rest of the entrepreneur?
I think from the testimony from the public via Facebook, they commented, Dato, why you are so humble, and then you are down to earth, and you are openly, you answer to people questions. When they come to my office, you can see my office itself. I do not sit in a big room like any other CEOs. I have a small room, and in actual fact, it was a meeting room. I converted it into my room, and then my staff will come in and out of my room just by knocking on the door, and then they just come in. Yeah, there's no big protocol. So what we try to do here is we try to run the company like just like a European country, like American countries, like for example. So it's a very casual feeling between me and my staff. So we are actually very close relationship because we work via Facebook. So
tell me more about Facebook.
So basically, I found that a lot of companies block their stuff from Facebook. So when I came across Facebook is when my IT guy came into the room and told me, Dato, I need to stop people from going to Facebook. Then I said, show me what is it about. Then I started to have an account. So I post something, I get the feedback from my staff. Then I say, hey, my God, we send a questionnaire for them to give feedback. None of them return the questionnaires. And even they return, they also, all this boded one. Okay,
not true,
so not really true. But then here, I get a lot of feedback, immediate feedback from them. So I start going into Facebook. I find it become very important. The only thing is, they say it's private. So then I say, okay, if you have an email account, how many email accounts do you have? One is company, the other one is Gmail. Why Gmail? One is private, one is company. So why not we have the same thing for Facebook? One is a company Facebook, one is your personal. The personal one, you want to talk about your boyfriend, girlfriend, is your problem. But then company one, you only focus on talking about company things. And we only allow positive affirmation in the Facebook. When we start implementing Facebook, become more important and part of our life, then we say, okay, now we cut off other type of communication. There's no intranet, we don't have to invest in intranet because Facebook provided it for us. Email reduce, communication super fast, all via Facebook. So we had a chat room, we had a lot of groups inside. Every department have their groups, and then we communicate. So whenever they want my decision, they just key in my name in their group chat. It will come out in my notification. At night when I come back after work, shower, then I go into Facebook, I read through all their conversation. I know what is going on in every single department.
So all your employee has a Facebook?
Yes, it's compulsory to be on Facebook. Yeah. So
it sounds like a dream come true.
So Gen Y employee, when they come into PKT, they find that there is the dream company for them. Because why? Before that, when they are university student, almost 24/7 they are on Facebook. So when they come to PKT, compulsory, they say, wow, man, this is ideal. So this is how I communicate. So I pride myself to say that between me and all my staff is only 30 seconds.
So that's how you communicate with them.
Yeah, super fast.
You take away a lot of unnecessary meetings.
Yes.
Sometimes it's wasting your time waiting for people to come and so on.
Yeah, and everything becomes soft copy, no more hard copy. So whatever they want to show me, they attach, and then file open is the page.
The
pictures, I agree, they go back and they do it already. Almost like paperless as well. Very sensible. I communicate with everybody. That also helps me to be close bonding with my staff. At one stage, every one of them raised their hand and say hello to me or whatnot. They are my Facebook friend. My staff is my Facebook friend. And then at one time, I created the Facebook surname. We call it PKTN. That is all the PKT stuff. So because they say, oh, since you are the one who created is our surname, then you must be our papa lah. So then the staff, if you see the comment, you read the comment in Facebook, the staff will be addressing me as dad or papa. That shows in terms of public, you are my customer. You saw the bonding, that is between me and my staff. So if the owner can have such a good bonding with 300 over staff, so that company must be quite good.
Including the one in Penang?
Yes, because borderless. IT is borderless.
So near, right?
So near. So all my announcements go via Facebook. Within 30 seconds, everybody knows what is the new policy of the company. Everything is minuted. So can you imagine?
Via the Facebook.
Via Facebook, they keep it, it's minuted.
Okay. I think it's a quite interesting discussion and quite passionable discussion also over here where you talk about how you use Facebook to your advantage rather than blocking it for your staff and taking it like a very old generation of running a business.
Yes.
All right. So today you're bringing them into another level.
Yes.
Preparing for your next vision, right?
Next growth.
Okay. All right. So I think that's all we have for now. So I'll see you again.
My big boss is my papa. Whenever we ask, of course he will provide what we need. He's my role model. He's handsome. Everything is perfect.
His vision is quite far.
It's like a wild as well. His ideas are wild and like easy to approach. He's a funky boss.
Yes.